A grand jury report is exposing jaw-dropping numbers about child sex abuse by priests. It found credible allegations exist against more than 300 priests and that more than 1,000 child victims were identifiable. What is worse, because of lost records or fear of coming forward, it is likely the true number of victims is deep into the thousands. So Jean Casares has been working this for us. And Jean, tell me more.
Massive investigation,
Yeah.
and it was with countless numbers of law enforcement, prosecutors, other attorneys within the Office of the Attorney General, and of course the grand jurors. Officials are saying that this report is the largest, most comprehensive document into child sexual abuse within the Catholic Church that has ever been produced in the United States. This report took 2 years. It was written by 23 Pennsylvania grand jurors who listened to dozens of witness testimonies and witnesses and studied documents about alleged child sex abuse in 6 dioceses, which involved 54 of Pennsylvania's 67 counties. The report states that the testimony was heard from dozens of witnesses and 500,000 pages of internal documents were subpoenaed. It also states that there were credible allegations found against over 300 priests. Over 1,000 child victims were identifiable, but it's believed that the true numbers are in the thousands. The report states that most of the victims were boys, but girls were also victims. Some were teens, some were younger, some were manipulated with alcohol or pornography. They were raped in various forms and fashions. And grand jurors found that church leaders in every part of the state preferred to protect the abusers and their institution above everything else, they say, because the cover-up was most important of all.
These petitioners, and for a time some of the dioceses, sought to prevent the entire report from ever seeing the light of day. In effect, they wanted to cover up the cover-up. They sought to do the same thing that senior church leaders in the dioceses we investigated have done for decades: bury the sexual abuse by priests upon children and cover it up forever.
The report states that because of the cover-up, almost all of the abuse is too old to be prosecuted. But the grand jury has issued presentments against 2 priests who allegedly sexually assaulted children within the statute of limitations. But there may be many more indictments in the future because, Brooke, the investigation continues. And one more thing, the Attorney General said, there's so many redactions in this over 1,300-page report, and we don't like the redactions. We want everything to be public. So they're working legally to try to make that happen.